Good morning, you guys, and happy Wednesday. It's Heather, the Butterfly Effect plant-based weight loss. And today is Wednesday, and that makes it weigh-in Wednesday. And it's also the last Wednesday of the month. So I'm going to tell you how I did this week, but also how I did this month. And I'm really excited to go to Las Vegas this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow and gonna go see a bunch of friends at the Ultimate Weight Loss Conference in Las Vegas. Chef AJ and John Pierre put on an amazing conference every year, and I'm gonna get to go, and I'm so excited. And I wanted to show you, isn't this cute? This hairband is from my friend Amy Johnson, Mrs. Plant in Texas. Thank you, I love it. These are called square bands, and I don't know if you can see it, but they have a little hinge on them, so they fit like a pair of sunglasses, and they are so much more comfortable. I am in love with these things. They are awesome, and it matches my sweater, so yay. But anyway, if you're not familiar with Mrs. Plant in Texas, which is Amy's blog, her plant-based blog, she shares a lot of awesome recipes on there. And Amy is such a cool person. After healing her own diabetes and getting off all the medications, she saw forks over knives. Her kids encouraged her to go plant-based to see if it could help her diabetes. It did. She was able to get off all of her medications. She took off well over 50 pounds, has kept it off all this time. But that's the coolest part about Amy, is she's also a food literacy educator, and so she helps other people who have diabetes or who have, other health conditions to transition to a plant-based diet. And I think that she has helped more people transition to a plant-based diet than anybody I know that's not like a celebrity or that wrote a book or something. And actually she did write a book. She wrote a really good book about reversing your type 2 diabetes called Taming Your Diabetes, and I will link to that below so that you can get that. It's really reasonable, and it's, she lays out exactly what to eat, a really good food plan. I reversed type 2 diabetes. It's definitely possible to reverse it on a plant-based diet, or at least to get off all your medications. And so anyway, if you haven't checked out Amy, then you really need to do so. And so I just wanted to say thank you for this cool headband. I got another one too. It's paisley. I'll show it to you in the next couple days or so. Okay, so weigh-in Wednesday. This was a really good week. I took off a lot of weight, like an unusual amount of weight, and it was partly because I was doing some fasting. I practice intermittent fasting, the kind where you do like alternate day fasting. So I was fasting for a couple days, eating, fasting for a couple more days, eating, and so on. And so because of that, I took off a lot more than I typically would. And actually for the month, I am down 27 pounds because I was doing that this month. And also I attribute a lot of it to my hormones finally getting some regulation after being on my plan really carefully all this time. I'm letting go of some of the edema that I had. All the fasting has really helped with inflammation and edema, and I'm just super grateful for that. And so a while back I told you guys that I had gained a lot of weight, and that I didn't want to tell you the exact number, but that I would someday. And today is the day. So I am now down. I am back in Wonderland, which is why I'm wearing my headband. It's not an Alice headband, but I'm back in Wonderland. I'm 197 as of today. So back down below the 200 mark, and I hope never to go there again, because last October I got down to 132, And then I got sick and I had a bunch of surgeries and I had a bunch of infections and I had my tumors going crazy and I had some stress at work, and honestly, I just blew it. I mean, you could say all those things, but what really happened is that I took that first compulsive bite. I gave myself permission to eat things that I promised God that I would never eat again. And so, yeah, it took me a long time to stop that. One of the things about relapses, it's like, I don't want to say it's inevitable, because it's not. There are people who avoid it, but it's close to it. And after, especially, you know, I took off 300 pounds, and so my body was still getting used to that. My body wasn't necessarily happy about taking off such a large amount all at once. And so it took a while to get everything back regulated and figured out. And I put on I wasn't able to stop once I started, and I put back on about 90 pounds before it was over. Yeah, about 90 pounds. So I've now taken off around a third of that, back again. And I didn't want to tell you what I weighed, because it was like an act of faith in myself that I would get down and then I would tell you. So some people were like, you're not telling the truth, you're not being accountable, you said that this channel was for accountability. All along, I have been accountable to people that are very important to me. And I have told people that I've been struggling and everything like that. So that's how bad it got. I got up to 228, I believe. Yeah, I got up to 228, and yeah, and now I'm 197. So, and most of that happened in August, because what had happened is that I renewed my promise to God to not go off plan, well, at least not to eat sofas. So no sugar, no oil, no flour, no alcohol. I cut the salt down, really, really down. Like, it might creep in here or there, but I'm buying salt-free everything that I can, and I'm rinsing things. So I'm really being careful about the salt, and I'm not cheating. I'm not, you know, sneaking into my son's room to eat his Lara bars. Things like that. And so, and then the fasting, you know, the fasting creates a caloric deficit, no doubt about it. Like, the fasting helps you take off weight. A lot of people don't agree with fasting. A lot of people think it's a bad idea, and all I can say is I've done a lot of research, and it seems to be really helpful for me, and I don't find myself binging on the days that I'm not fasting. If I was binging on the days that I wasn't fasting, I wouldn't do it anymore. And I'm always on the lookout for that, you know, like if it becomes problematic, I will not do it. It's not worth it. But for right now, it's really helping me, and so that's what I've been doing. So tomorrow I'm going to Vegas to see my tribe, all the people who eat like me, no sofas. And we're going to hear from Dr. Alan Goldhammer. We're going to hear from Dr. Doug Lyle. We're going to hear from Dr. Neil Bernard, who's the president of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and also Dr. Roseanne Oliveira, and some cool people that like Sharon McRae, who will help you get your kids on a plant-based diet if they aren't already on a plant-based diet. So I am so stoked, and I'm gonna go to see a Cirque du Soleil show, and I'm going to go do some hiking in the Red Rocks in the beautiful area in Las Vegas. And so it's gonna be an amazing time. And of course, I'm taking you with me. I'm gonna try to do some videos from the conference. I'm gonna, if I can, I would love to interview some of my friends that have had amazing health recoveries and transformations eating a plant-based diet. So I can't wait to go to Vegas, and I can't wait to take you with me. And I'm back in Wonderland, and I never want to change my address again. I feel like I learned my lesson. I hope this is like a once and for all. I really hope. But all I can do is act under the grace of God one day at a time. One day at a time. So just for today, keeping my promises, doing my best. And I'm super happy. I'm really, really happy to be back here, and I'm feeling good. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.